Yo Shani, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm at church currently. If you don't know me, I go to the Webster Memorial United Church. Yeah, that's where I worship. So today this is just a little chill vlog, you know. We're just gonna talk and stuff. Yeah, so I have time to kill, so I said, why not just do a video? Right, so we just want to talk. So don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Don't forget to tell a friend, tell another friend, to keep telling their friends to subscribe to my channel. Now, before I go any further, don't forget to follow my business page at Pressed by Shani. There are a lot of things in stock. Go and purchase something, send a friend, tell a friend, tell a next friend. Y'all know the vibe. They're really affordable. That's what I should say. So today, I just want to talk to you guys about going back to school and all that, because school starts next week for most people. Correct me if school will start for you next week or already start already. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Like for all my sixth formers, school will open for only 8. So big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. I wish I was like y'all. Unfortunately, I'm not. School start for me next week, Monday. So someone might have going a new grade. Some people are starting a new school. Now, starting for those who are starting a new school, I know that school can be hectic. You know, the stigma of meeting new people, meeting new friends. If you're moving from prep to high school, you know, more subjects to take on and all of that. Guys, I just want to say, don't lose yourself. Stick to the values that you know. Not because you feel like you're in a high school means you're going to do certain things that you never do before, or things that your parents tell us say you is wrong. Do not rebel. Don't rebel, okay? At the end of the day, it just all costs you. I mean, you're in high school, of course you're going to want that high school experience, but I think what you need to understand is whatever you do through high school follows you. So if you feel like, say, oh, you're going to be the bad girl on campus, it's going to follow you go straight to 5th form, even 6th form, and first impressions last. So if you make a bad impression in a first form, that follow you go straight till you leave the school, and teachers will pick on you. Let me just say, teachers will pick on you. I was one of those students that teachers never fail to pick on, and at the end of the day, I think it's because they saw me as a troublemaker, which I wasn't, but first impressions last. Them know say, if them talk to me too hard, make an answer, that type of thing. So it's like, them know how much stay, so them are, you know, them always tell you, don't pet the lion, don't pet the lion. See? Because when the lion bites you now, you're going to say, why the lion bite you? If you have pet the lion, when them tell us enough to pet the lion, we expect harm. Right? Not only that, high school is fun, you know. It can be fun. It just depends on your outlook. Guys, don't forget to study. Studying is really important. The fact that your syllabus is new, I think you guys need to take the time out to just get yourself together. Have a study book, have an assignment book. Topics that you learn, have a book for that. Not necessarily, well, yeah, have a book for that. How that will help you guys is that, okay, so for this week we learn about trig, for example, trigonometry, and that in a maths. You add up mathematics topics, so we learn trig, whatever, the basic information, and then the trig you write it down. That helps you to study, it helps you to remember also. Yeah, that is if you want to stay on the A game. These are some tips you can use to stay on the A game. So that's the first one. For the heavily written subjects, history, social studies, those things where you have to remember knowledge. writing them out can help you too. Sticky pads work for some people, so you're right. For social studies, you have a lot of definitions that you have to remember. So you can write definitions on different sticky pads, stick them all around the house. Every time you walk, you see one, you remember what it is. Now, if you're in 7th grade, you're gonna have a lot of subjects doing, because I think 7, 8, and 9 is where you feel out the different subjects and what subjects you want to do and all of that. So they let you experience all of the subjects, and then in the end of 9th grade, you choose the subjects where you want to focus on for CXC. Now guys, make sure say on a background check. Whatever you want to be, do your background checks on the subjects that you need. Nobody ever really tells us, oh, to be a doctor you need this, that, that. Oh, to be a teacher you need this. Oh, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to do this. Oh, this is what nobody really tells you that, right? They just group the subjects and say, oh, based on the groupings, these are majority of the subjects that I want to do, or whatever. No, I think you should really think about it. Talk to your teachers before you choose the subjects. Now for me, I was in arts and science. What did they call me? I don't remember what they call my class. Arts major. I think I was in arts major, right? So I was doing history, social studies, math, English, integrated science. Some students did bio. What else? Clothing and textile. Some persons were doing food management thingy. OA. So it's a little bit about a little bit of reading, a little bit of practical art. Yeah, I did art. A little bit of reading, a little bit of practical. Some of us are doing IT, others were doing English. So at the time when I was doing that, law was what I wanted to do, and literature. Law was what I wanted to do, or I wanted to become a journalist. So based on the subjects I chose, that's what I was doing till I went to 6th form. When I went to 6th form, I still did IT. I did com studies. I ended up doing logistics, and what was that also? IT, logistics, com studies. I was doing the CAP program, which was commercial food prep. I was doing commercial food prep, and it was at that time I realized that hey, I wanted to be a chef. So like, I like cooking. I love cooking. Let me rephrase that. I love cooking. So when I got the chance to do commercial food prep, I was like, yeah man, this is something I enjoy doing. And then because I was doing it with my friends, I felt at peace. So I was like, yeah, this is something I would want to do long term. When I left 6th form now, I ended up at the Michael. No, it is not that my dream of being a chef is lost. No, it's not. However, at the time, the course I wanted to do at UTech, it was full. So they were placing me to do some pastry thing, which I wasn't definitely against it, but it wasn't where I really wanted to be. So my mom was like, oh, why don't you try becoming a math teacher? And I was like, math? You know, I never really saw myself doing math. Like, it was in my last days of high school that I started to like math. I loved it in my first days, and in my last days I began loving it again. That's when I started to really like what I was doing. And I was like, okay, cool. At this point, UTech really never, so I'm like, okay, this can be a stepping stone to other things, because one of the things I wanted to do is to go overseas to study. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity. So I started doing math, and it has been bittersweet because nobody really prepares you for university. They always say that, oh, sixth form prepares you for university. I strongly don't believe that it does. Especially at a teacher's college. I'm definitely sure it doesn't prepare you for universities like UE and UTech and NCU. It really doesn't. And it's worse when it comes down to a teacher's college. Now, they teach you everything you need to know, right? But I don't think they properly equip you to teach people, because they already expect you to know certain things. But I don't think they really understand that, hey, whatever I'm giving to you, you have to take this information. You have to make sure that you understand this information. You have to flip this information anyway and make sure say you get the same outcome, so that when you go in the classroom and you have to teach others it, anyway you flip or twist it, they understand it. I don't think they get that full understanding, but anyways. So yeah, I think knowing what you want from the get-go is a good thing. In terms of subjects that are practical, I would just say practice them at home. Like, if you have foods, if you're a foods person, if you're a clothing and textile person, if you're a, what's the other one? FRM person, if you're one of those person that does visual arts, all of those kind of subjects, you have to prepare for it. Practice becomes permanent. Yeah, practice becomes permanent. So at the end of the day, keep doing it, keep going over it. And that, I would say that the same for math. A lot of people don't like math, but for me, math is rather simple. The most complex part about mathematics is that you may have several ways to arrive at your answer, but there's always an answer. There's always one final answer for maths. Yeah, there's always a final answer for maths. Now, the most important thing about math is how you arrive at your answer. You have to show. You can't just look at it and say 2 plus 2 equals 4. Yes, we already know that 2 plus 2 equals 4. How do you take that question and how do you present that to us to let us understand that, hey, you understand that 2 plus 2 equals 4. So if you have to draw 2 circles over there, so, and then you draw 2 on that here, so, and then in the total, let's say all 4 of them, something like, and sometimes you will work out the question and you will not get the answer that is correct, but you will still get marks because the steps that you were doing were leading up to the answer, but maybe you did a calculation wrong or whatever, or maybe a sign should have been different. You still get marks leading up to that point. So I will urge you guys not to look down on math. I mean, you need math in everything. You really do need math in everything. Sometimes you're not gonna see the purpose of, oh, where do I use trig? Where do I use Python? Where do I use this? Where is that? Like, it's way deeper than meets the surface. You're not gonna use, not everybody's gonna use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But, you know, in terms of how you express yourself and stuff like that, math really helps you. A lot of people look down on languages. People, if I could tell you guys something, ensure that you have a language separate from your, what do you call it? Separate from the language that you speak. So, yeah, we speak English and Creole. I would say get a foreign language because it really does help you in the long run, especially if you plan to go abroad or you plan to further your studies elsewhere. In jobs, if you are bilingual or speak several languages, you're at an advantage over everybody else. The fact that you speak Spanish or you speak French or you speak Portuguese, Dutch, the fact that you have another language, you're 5 steps ahead of the persons that only speak English, right? What else? Guys, don't follow people. Like, don't give in to peer pressure. Don't let anybody pressure you in doing things that you don't want to do. Put down your foot. If it's no, say no and leave it at that. At the end of the day, you have to be strong. In high school, people will take advantage of you and they will have their way with you just because you don't listen to them. So we're gonna just do the right thing. Yeah, just do the right thing. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Big up on yourself. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.